All right, everybody. So check this out. I'm glad this happened this week for the purpose of being able to show you what I'm showing you. I mean, I'm not happy with it, but it is what it is. So this was a bad week in the markets. And because it was a bad week in the markets, we lost a lot of money. Okay. Now, am I upset? No. I mean, am I annoyed? Yeah, whatever. But here's what's going on. So the only thing we actually made money on, theoretically, if I were to sell out, I guess, is NIO. Now, here's why. If you look, NIO has dropped by $18.17. Let me refresh that. Okay, $17.17. So it's starting to recover a little, but that's after market because it's already, what time is it? 4:30. So the markets have closed on Friday. These, NIO has expired. The option has. So tomorrow that'll be taken care of. What will happen is it's not going to be assigned because I sold a $12.50 call, but it's currently trading at $11.86. So no one in the right mind would buy it off of me for $12.50 when they could buy it off the market for $11.86. So this one simply expires. What happens is if you look right here, right, cost, it means because I sold, that means what I made when I sold it. I made $60.33. However, the stock itself has lost $17.17, which means if you net that out, I basically made around $43. If I sell on Monday at open, assuming that the price doesn't change over the weekend. I'm not necessarily going to sell, maybe if there's a huge opportunity next week. Otherwise, I keep it. Now, these other two did not expire yet, August 21st, August 21st. So the fact that the value of the stock went down, I mean, whatever. Not a big deal because I get to hang on to these things till August 21st. So there's plenty of time for it to recover. Now, if it keeps going down, the problem is I sold this for 300. It's already down 360. So I've lost 60. But the big valuable lesson here is this. If you'd have just bought 100 shares of Vaxart, the same day I did, the same time I did, you would have lost $360. Me, I sold an option for 300, so while the value's down 360, because I also had made 300 in cash, I'm only out $60. Now, if I wanted to get rid of my position, I'm out a little bit more, and here's why. I would have to buy it back for 85 and then lose my 360, right? So I would lose 360 plus I'm spending 85, which is about 445, but I got the 300, which is only $145, which means I would lose $145, where people that did not sell the option would lose $360. So you can see where it's a hedge. So even when the stock drops, you're usually okay, but when it drops a lot, right, that's a huge drop from $16 a share to $12 a share, $12.50. I mean, that's a big drop in like 4 days. But that's okay. Because like I said, we're hedged. So all in all, this was a losing week because even BCRX, we only made $49, but we lost 60 here, right? And if we wanted to end this position now, we'd have to pay $27.50. So ultimately, we gain $21.83, but we lose 60, so we're down another $40. So this whole thing would not have been good. Basically, my BCRX and NIO would be a wash, but I would have lost 100 and something, 144. With VXRT, with Vaxart. So what I'm probably going to do, like I said, unless some information changes over the weekend, I'm just hanging in there because there's still plenty of time for Vaxart to recover. Now I'm going to be looking at some news to see, is there some reason it should not recover? Is there some reason it should? What am I going to do about it? What am I going to do with it? That sort of thing. NIO, same thing. Right now, it's an election year, so it's a little bit riskier, maybe a lot riskier, to be in a Chinese company during an election year because of, trade protections and all kinds of things. But that's something I'll have to consider. But like I said, if I did get out of my NIO position, where are we? So I made 60, but I'm losing 17, so I'm still up with that $43 or whatever it is. So, I mean, that's not too bad. Made $43 in a week with NIO. So I'd be okay with that. And then I would have around $1,200 well, minus the 68 margin balance. So about $1,100 that I'd have that I can invest in something that's up to around $11 a share. There's several good ones. SRNE is one. I mean, yeah, it lost today too, but that's okay. But all in all, it's looking good. And the option chain on that one, let's see, it's currently at 734. So even an $8 call is $90. Okay, you can make $90 on an $8 call. So I could get rid of NIO and take the $44 win and then sell that, and I still have some money to play with. So we'll see. I don't know yet. But Monday is still July, so I can still play around a little bit. All in all, my actual net, if you want to figure this out, and I don't know why it doesn't really show it this way. You got to kind of do a little math on your own. The value of all my shares is 2,900. The value of my options is minus 113. So you'd have to add those two numbers together. Well, the absolute value of that to that, right? Because essentially my net is taking that out. So I guess the easy way to look at it is just say, well, look, it's 2,900 here. I guess I already captured these. So it's 2,900 minus the $68. So it's about 2,830. So 2,830. My original investment was 2,500. I still could just completely get my 250 for the month of August, except it's not August yet. So I'm okay with it. So in other words, what I'm saying is the fact that these stocks crashed a lot. Well, this one crashed. I'd call that a crash. That one just dropped a lot. I mean, it's okay. All right, because we sell options. That's the point. Obviously, the main point of options is to make money. But another point of options is to minimize your losses, okay? When you have a bad week or 2 weeks or sometimes even a bad month, right? That can happen. The main thing is to assess the underlying stock to determine, is it time to take the losses and find something more profitable, or do I hang in there and wait for that to recover, in which case I would keep my 300 that I got, plus this negative could become broke even or positive down the road. So anyway, that's the things to consider. And then also, what would I jump into? Am I running into the same risk? And the new one I jump into goes down while this one recovers and I don't own it anymore, right? So those are the big questions. But my point is, even when you have a bad week, you shrug it off, right? And you just wait for either the market to recover or to tell you to move on. And there are times I've done this before in other videos where I've locked in a loss. This would be the biggest loss I've locked in if I do it. But again, you can't expect to win every single time you buy a stock. And it's okay as long as you're hedging with this. And we'll take the couple times we get these losses because there's a lot more times that we're getting the wins. Okay, so that was it. We'll see what I do on either Monday, probably Monday of next week, I suppose. And I don't know. I'll have to do a little research over the weekend and figure it out. All right, that's all for now. Bye.